And what did you, man, change? I wanted to know the following. What setup did you do for this gig? And what have you already changed throughout the gig? Because one thing is, well, I think this here will be ideal for me. You hit the road and maybe you need to review some things.
Yes, important.
So was there anything in that regard?
Important. I have two friends from Maceo. One is named Marcondes, who was also my teacher. And it's cool. We're really nerdy about this, like what's happening in the market, what's reliable. Equipment-wise, I've always valued that too. We discuss a lot, have meetings. And at the time, I was using the HX Stomp, and I was using analog pedals like drive, compressor, wah-wah, and not abandoning the volume pedal. I really like it. And the controller. The controller was on the following. I controlled it. I was using HX, and they were handling it well. But I wanted to have a backup plan. So I improved the power supply, improved everything, a nicer power supply like that. Because with the constant shows and you hit the road, deal with the rush planes, with flights, one thing or another, you needed to have more robust equipment, you know? It always, I was just afraid of the HX, you know, with all due respect to those who have it and the brand. But that's when I switched to UAD.
It's funny because the HX is quite robust, right?
Yeah, isn't it? Yeah, but like,
people sometimes have problems, for example. The advantage of a quad cortex is traveling with it, but putting the thing so no one throws it around at the airport is risky.
There's that issue too, Mateus.
The screen breaks, right?
There's that issue too. I was using the HX for amp simulation, delay, reverb, and modulation. I was afraid of relying too much on it, like Lulo Santos Lovato says, right? Like, if a little pedal breaks, just remove it. If it breaks, I'm kind of left defenseless, you know? So I started weaning off it. Like, I bought the Lion from UAD. Then I used it with it, leaving it just for amp and drives. Then it already has the gate. And later I bought the delay from Saturn. So I started weaning off it, you know? Kind of not leaving too much in its hands because it happened. There were some shows in Belém do Pará where it froze. I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was a bad connection with the power. I don't know if it was the local power fluctuating. It froze and no sound came out. And sometimes I would miss the solo. I can't have that.
But in the middle of the show?
In the middle of the show, it didn't come back. No, I had to turn it off and on.
But did it keep having the same problem?
It kept having the same problem. This happened a few times. Updated and all. That's what I can't have.
Did this happen more than once?
It did.
More than one?
Yes. In fact, like 3 times. In 3 shows there in Belém do Pará. I don't know if it's the power. I don't know.
That's really complicated, right?
I can't have that. I can't let it slip.
Check Stomp. What is this thing? Left the guy there, Calcina Preta. Look, we don't like that. HX is on our blacklist.
Nothing like that. With all due respect, it's a very serious company.
But really?
But this happened. There's no reason for me.
Didn't you try to find out the reason?
No.
Have you heard of anyone else having a similar bug? And was it in different places?
In different places. So, I mean, I was wondering if it was vibration. I'm just trying to read the errors, right? The power supply is original. Everything is in order. The highest level of excellence I can give to my equipment, I use, you know?
Yeah, having 3 different shows, you can't even blame the electrical current because, well, 3 different places having the same problem. And also a pedal board of this level needs to consider that, right? Especially since all the other instruments were using the same electrical current and the VS didn't turn off. The keyboard didn't crash, right? That's right. Okay, so you changed recently since that change. You've reached the setup that you're currently using. It's current. I'll send you the photo. Send it to me here so I can follow along with you. You can explain how it is. You're even using 2 UADs now, right? That's right. You can be friends with Torquato now, okay? Torquato Mariano.
If he, this entity, hears,
Yeah, Torquato. Invite the guy to be friends, add him to the group WhatsApp group.
Oh man, Torquato is a big influence of mine. And I'm very honored to have recorded a CD for an artist there in Masio, where the artist also invited him to record. And he recorded. So he's on the CD as Torquato's guitarist too. Yeah, because you need to have at least 2 AAD pedals to be his friend.
Skipped line, no. AAD.
No way.
I have the 9th Cortex.
That's awesome.
I thought a lot. Otherwise, the friendship ends, man. The guy's here, man. Let me send it to you here. Hold on. But there's actually a group of Torquato with the guys that's just about those pedals.
He's a nerd and a super professional. A lot of references both in playing and in this equipment stuff, right? I sent it to you, see if you got it. Yeah, I have the wah-wah.
Let's go. Little pedal board there. I'm sending it to Mitch, too. I'll send everything to Mitch later. Don't forget, okay, man?
I'll send it.
When it comes time for editing, people are like, man, didn't put the video, didn't put the photo. And I really can't blame Mitch for not sending it. Are you following along? Did you open it? I'm seeing it here.
All right, there's the wah-wah.
So let's go. The guitar comes in.
Yeah, this is a bass for the transmitter, right? Wireless transmitter, and it's already going to the wah here.
And then the wah has a compressor from Exotic?
Yes, from Exotic. I'm a fan of this brand, man. I'm a fan. I fell in love since I had the BB preamp. You have it, right?
Yeah, I do. It's funny that their little compressor here is very popular. People really like it.
I've had all the compressors you can imagine, but this one has something special. I've had Killer, I've had Boss, I've had MXR. I've had both in MXR, Supercomp, and the Dynacomp. This compressor has an additional 15 dB. Because when you activate the compressor, for me in my case, I use it to make a solo with more sustain, a solo with a clean guitar, or switch to the neck pickup. Lower the tone a bit and do something more jazzy, something like that. Not that I am, but like for different dynamics, or push an overdrive to give it a little extra kick. And I felt the lack of that extra volume and controlling it with the volume pedal. So this one has a lot of volume. And the sound is very clean, very clean. Its preamp is very good. The preamps from this brand.
But do you use it turned on all the time?
No, some people do. I don't use it. I use it for those additional special situations. A clean solo, or when I need to give a bit more sustain for the note to linger. And there's the treble bass, and now I leave it kind of flat so it doesn't close off the insides. But precisely because of that, it's very flat. It doesn't color the sound. It's very flat, and I like it for that,
Okay, then it goes to a volume pedal, right, from Bosch. Isn't that it?
No, it's coming here. The signal is coming. It's a bit different here because this polytune pedal is going to the tuner. It's going to the tuner.
It's a little tuner. It's a little tuner. Does it go to Lion?
It goes to... No, then it goes to Saturn. The Saturn is down here, that's right. Then, the Saturn is what controls. The Saturn is my looper, which is an analog looper. I control the analog pedals, and it also has MIDI. I can have the MIDI connection, including this delay here from the Saturn MIDI. And its MIDI is wireless too. I can control the pedals wirelessly. Interesting, isn't it? All right, from the Saturn, I have the first loop where I have the SL drive with the Lion. Now you can follow along. Okay, this SL is underneath, right? Yes, SL drive, it's in a loop just with...
Is this SL here also from Exotic?
Yes, it is, because it's a bit stained there. The smoke machine hit it and the name came off a little.
Which is a D pedal?
It's Marshall, right? It simulates the Marshalls, the Marshall models, Super Lead, right? That's right.
You use it as a drive, is that it?
No. After the Lion, I'm using it as an additional booster besides the Lion's booster.
Okay, so look, your drive, is it from the Lion itself?
From the Lion, I see.
It has 2 channels, right?
It has 2 channels. Since I only use one channel, the preset mode, I use the booster. One foot switch is switching the channels, and the other foot switch is activating and deactivating the booster.
I see. So, you keep the sound clean with a little bit of drive already, is that it?
Yes, E. When I do a little crunch with the booster, it's already good for some solos, some chord work, some cool stuff. And with the cell drive for solos.
So, you're using it as a drive, right?
Yes.
Because you're getting an extra layer of gain, isn't that it?
Yes, it is. I said it like that, sorry, because the gain is at 0.
Need volume coming before.
Ah, I see. Okay. It's coming before just to boost, you know? I understand. To give that compressed bite.
I see. And this level of drive you use more strongly is really for lead, oh, right?
Although my lead doesn't use a high gain pickup, it's kind of like the sound also comes from the hand. I don't like to make it too dirty so as not to lose the characteristic even of the pickup selection, you know?
Usually which guitar are you using?
I'm using a guitar. It's a part caster, you know? It's a Fender. The neck is not a Fender. Albart is a stainless steel frets.
And what pickup?
There you go. I'll send you a photo. The pickups are custom.
But what are they?
Is it a humbucker and 2 singles? Yes, 2 singles and a humbucker.
Ah, okay. And then for the leads, do you do everything on the bridge humbucker?
I do.
Most of it I do on the humbucker.